I enjoy a good storytelling anime that's not focused on fighting, it's focused on story. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Drifting Home. It's a Netflix anime. It's more family focused. It follows seven kids. I'm only going to name two because those are like the two main characters, and I don't want to butcher a bunch of names. Okay, so we have Kosuke. That's the person we spend the most time with, and we have his friend Natsume. Natsume grew up in a rough household, and at some point in time, she had to live with Kosuke and his family. And that's when something clicked for her where things started to be better. Her memories started to be happier. And she had a good time, in this particular apartment building with Kosuke. They just growing up, having a good time, playing soccer together and everything. And as the movie starts, you see there's construction going on. And as the kids are running around, the construction is being finished, things being built. So they have to leave this old apartment building and go to a new apartment building. And she stops living with him. And things change. She's distant from her friends, from the friend group and everything. She doesn't come to soccer anymore. And she goes back to the old apartment building because it has all these good memories for her. And the kids, they talk. So they're like, oh, it's a ghost that lives in the old apartment building. So we're going to go find this ghost. And Kosuke goes with a couple of friends that he plays soccer with. And they find Natsume. And they're like wondering why she's there. Some other kids show up. And they're like, what are you doing here? They're fussing at each other. And then something happens as they're on top of the apartment building. And they're transported to the sea. So the Drifting Home name is them actually on the water trying to find their way home. It's like magical that they are stuck on this apartment building in the middle of the sea wondering what happened. And the kids, they don't initially freak out like what is going on, why, where's our family or anything. They seem very level-headed, and they're probably, I don't know, junior high school kids, about that age. And they start going around trying to find food and everything. And Natsume has a friend there. So they have food and the kids are figuring out life, how to survive on the ocean, and they make food and they hang out and they go swimming. But it's not all fun and games because, the food kind of runs out. They have to make tough decisions. Things happen with other buildings are coming around and causing things to break and fall apart. And they have to survive together. They have to work together. And they have certain conversations they didn't have before, where they weren't understanding of a person's situation. They just let things go by where they should have spoke up and said something and asked, are you all right? And they have those conversations. They have those arguments where they're just angry, because they never got to get, something off their chest to someone. So they do grow closer, even though they have those moments where they just don't want to deal with each other. And it's a cool story, and I was intrigued with all the characters, again, it's seven of them. And, they have their own personalities where there's one girl who's always yelling at everybody. It's everybody else's fault. And then she has that one friend that's like, yeah, I'll listen to anything you say. And of course, they have that moment where the quiet one speaks up and says something back to the one that's always in charge. Then you have the two friends. They're not at the forefront, but they're like the friends that really help out. They always come out with good ideas. You have those two. So it's like every character has their own little personality quirk that we see in certain shows when it's a bunch of characters. And it was cool seeing, them come together and work together to find food and to survive and to help each other. And it's all about the messages, like the memories, because we meet some characters and the characters are focused on the memories, the good times you have in certain places. And I thought that was a really cool thing to, reflect on as you're watching this. But it's called Drifting Home. It's on Netflix. It's about 2 hours. I'll give you that. And it's in English. You can watch it in English perfectly fine. If you're looking for something chill, but, can tug at the heartstrings a little bit when you think about good memories you have in your past, this is something to check out. Drifting Home, Netflix. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Deuces.